save for something. It's a lot of variables in how I'm looking at it. I see different pictures of Ron. He's looking fit. I go back and look at other pictures, and I'm like, okay, all right, I see what I got to deal with in the future. But I'm not worried about him right now. Right now, I got to worry about Hector.
Kevin, what are your thoughts on Tank's accusations of Ryan being on the sauce?
You ain't catch that, see?
Sorry, I was almost run over by a truck.
He was saying, I'm looking at him now. He's looking.
Yeah. Check.
Pay attention. Oh, see, he knows. I like you. He knows. You got to pay attention to that, And remember, I said it's a lot of variables with that, but I ain't gonna put him out there like that. I don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Unless I'm sure. And the way how we tell, we know when guys are saucy. We know it. You know what I'm saying? We have guys that we spar with around. You know it. You know what I'm saying? So go back. I'm gonna give you your Germans. Go back and look how he looked before certain fights and how he's looking now. And then you do the math.
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So what you just heard was longtime trainer, mentor, big brother figure, and Coach Calvin Ford discussing his fighter, undefeated 3-division world champion, who simultaneously held the WBA super title at super featherweight, WBA regular title at lightweight 135, and WBA regular title at junior welterweight 140, all at one time. Superstar boxer Gervonta Tank Davis, who has 27 wins, no loss, no draw, 25 big wins by way of knockout. He is 28 years of age, 5'5" with a 67-inch arm reach, as he's heading into his January 7th showdown with WBA super featherweight world champion Dominican star boxer Hector GARCIA. And then after that, it's the big one. He's going to face off against undefeated lightweight, junior welterweight, Mexican superstar title contender King Ryan Garcia, who is undefeated, 23 wins, no losses, no draws, 19 wins by way of knockout, 24 years of age, 5'10" with a 70-inch arm reach. That's scheduled to take place April 15th, Las Vegas, Nevada. Okay. So with that said, they talked about, and Gervonta Tank Davis pointed out Ryan Garcia's photos of Ryan Garcia absolutely showing an increase in size. Now, keep in mind, Ryan Garcia is a young guy. Okay. Ryan Garcia, is going to hit growth spurts, but you can clearly see that Ryan Garcia, he gained some serious muscle mass over time, right? And again, I can't state this enough. Ryan Garcia is a young guy, so he definitely can gain muscle mass if he focuses on it. And most times when you're dealing with guys in boxing, they don't really focus on muscle. They don't focus on weightlifting. They focus on their craft, the sport of boxing and losing weight. So a lot of times they don't really focus on muscle gain. But you can clearly see there's definitely an increase in muscle mass when dealing with Ryan Garcia. And the fact that Ryan Garcia was linked and trained by well-renowned trainer, 2-time trainer of the year, Eddie Reynoso. Okay, Eddie Reynoso, he's trained multiple fighters, has tested positive for a banned substance. Okay, we know he tested, he had Luis Neri, who tested positive for a banned substance. We had Oscar Valdez, who tested positive for a banned substance. And more importantly, we had 4-division world champion Mexican superstar boxer, who's currently the undisputed super middleweight world champion superstar in Saul Canelo Alvarez, test positive for a banned substance. So there's been some, big names that have tested positive under the watch of Eddie Reynoso. And we know Ryan Garcia, once upon a time, was trained by Eddie Reynoso. He no longer is trained by Eddie Reynoso currently as it stands. He's trained by Mr. Goosen, who trained him initially before he even went to Eddie Reynoso. Okay. And so he's back with Mr. Goosen, who I don't think is the type of guy who would endorse that if he knew about it, right? But again, does he even know about it? We don't know. And so with that said, Gervonta Tank Davis, he pointed out and he stated that you can look at Ryan Garcia and tell he's clearly bigger than he's ever been before. And if you look and plan to cheat, there's going to be a serious problem when dealing with me because I keep it on the up and up. And now Coach Calvin Ford, as you heard him, he took it a step further, and he's alleging that you can clearly see and that they know, when the guy is on something. And he said that, he looked at Ryan Garcia and he stated, oh, okay, I see what we got to deal with here. Right. And obviously, Gervonta Tank Davis, he's going to push for, as he already stated, he wants to have stringent testing for the fight with Ryan Garcia. And, Gervonta Tank Davis, he comes from the cloth of Floyd Mayweather, legendary retired Hall of Fame, iconic superstar boxer, the man known as Money, Floyd Mayweather Jr., who truly introduced Olympic-style testing into the sport of boxing, because you had way too many fighters having unfair advantages using performance enhancers, allegedly, in the sport of boxing, okay? And Floyd Mayweather, ahead of his massive mega showdown, the biggest fight in the history of sport of boxing between himself and legendary 8-division world champion, iconic Filipino superstar boxer Manny Pac-Man Pacquiao, he called for Olympic-style testing because he said, how did a guy like Manny Pacquiao start his career at 106, 108 pounds, move up to 54, and just get better with age and get stronger and faster? And so the fight was actually put on hold for 5 years from the moment Floyd Mayweather stated that, hey, listen, I want this dude tested. If you're going to beat me, you're going to beat me clean. We're going to do it on an even playing field. And Manny Pacquiao, he refused to do the testing. He stated that he was scared of needles. He stated that, this has never been done in the sport of boxing, asking him to use the test for performance enhancers. He said that, giving blood and things of that nature makes him weight drain, so he didn't want to take it. He refused to take it. And so Floyd Mayweather said, listen, we ain't going to make the fight happen. And for 5 years, it was on the shelf, and everybody speculated to see, are we ever going to see Floyd Mayweather face off against Manny Pacquiao? Okay. And then eventually Manny Pacquiao, he decided, well, I'm going to go ahead and take the test and make the biggest fight in the sport of boxing history come to fruition. And it did. And Floyd Mayweather clearly outclassed and dominated Manny Pac-Man Pacquiao. So seeing as though Gervonta Tank Davis has learned, at least from Floyd Mayweather in that aspect, he's going to go into this fight with Ryan Garcia. As he stated, he been wanting Ryan Garcia to enter the clean boxing program, and Ryan Garcia had refused. Okay, so Tank Davis is saying that he's been trying to get Ryan Garcia into the clean boxing program, and Ryan Garcia is not cooperating with going into the clean boxing program, which is truly unfortunate, because, again, there's no place for that in the sport of boxing. This sport is already dangerous enough. There's absolutely no place for it in the sport of boxing to have fighters refusing to enter a clean boxing program, although I understand that it has to come out the fighters' purses, which is sad to say the least. There's no way this should have to come out the fighters' purses. No way, no how. Okay, this should be coming out the sanctioning bodies. This should be coming out of, the promoters and managers and networks' pockets. It shouldn't have to come out the fighters' pockets to have clean boxing. That just should not happen. That should not have to happen. The fighters, this expensive for VADA testing, for USADA testing, and UCAD. It's expensive, okay? And so the promoters, the managers, the networks, and these sanction bodies, they should be the ones that are fitting the bill for these clean boxing programs to make sure we have a safe sport, because they are benefiting from these fighters risking their lives in the ring, and they're not risking anything but losing $1. Okay, so they should be looking to definitely put up the money to have these fights and fighters tested, so that we know that everybody's on the up and up and everybody's clean in a sport that's already dangerous enough. Okay, point blank and period. So let's just listen one more time what Coach Calvin had to say regarding this situation.
Pay attention. Oh, see, he knows. I like you. He knows. You got to pay attention to that, And remember I said, it's a lot of variables with that. But I ain't going to put them out there like that. I don't do that, you know what I'm saying, unless I'm sure. And the way how we tell, we know when guys are sauce. We know it. You know what I'm saying? We have guys that we spar with around. You know it. You know what I'm saying? So go back. I'm going to give you your journalist. Go back and look how he looked before certain fights and how he's looking now. And then you do the math.
So there you have it. It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV. That's all I got for y'all. Follow me on Instagram, Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word.